Is it recording?
Yeah.
Oh, shitty. Sorry, wasting so.
Oh. Oh. Shit. I don't want that.
Nah, I think we're good.
You think so? Should I open the window for it to get out? But this is bloopers right here. What is that? Is that a wasp?
It's a wasp!
Oh,
Alright. Hey everyone, welcome to Yanagita Podcast. Obviously, Justin's not here, but we're his like co-hosts, hosting each other.
Basically.
Until he gets back. Alrighty. Jojo.
What is the question that you have? Question of the day.
Honestly, I got some random questions. They're not really in order. We can start off with telling like a little bit about yourself. I know a little bit of Kalea's podcast. I forgot what question Justin asked you, but if you could just tell our peoples a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about myself. My name is Jojo. For those that don't already know, my last name is Pacubas. I'm 21, almost gonna turn 22 in November.
21.
Still one baby. Still one baby. I am the media producer here at Yanagita Fitness. I help out with podcasts. I help with some social media stuff on Instagram. We just started up the YouTube, so make sure you check out the other videos. You know, we got BJ, we got Troy, supposed to get Kalea. We have the fighters, so probably gonna do one with you later. We'll see down the road.
I already had mine. Mine's was such a buzz.
Gotta do another one. But yeah, media producer. I do jiu-jitsu. I box with John. What else?
Central Maui boxing, yeah.
Central Maui boxing.
Yeah.
What else about myself? I don't know.
What do you like to do on your free time other than jiu-jitsu
and boxing?
and boxing.
Reading. You guys know I like reading. Reading, journal. I watch a lot of podcasts, specifically like Jocko, Joe Rogan. Who else?
All the manly podcasts.
Is there any female ones that I watch? Female podcasts? No.
I've been trying to listen to like certain podcasts,
yeah.
but I think you just have to find that right.
Yeah. There's specific ones.
Genre.
Yeah.
I was gonna say genre.
Genre. I listen to like Joe Rogan's. There's specific ones I listen to. All the MMA ones I listen to, like all the fighters. Yeah. And then Jocko, like I listen to the short clips of Jocko, where it's like 10, 15 minutes, not the hour ones. Unless I'm like going on a flight or something.
Hours is an hour.
Yeah. But like, bro, some podcasts like they talk forever. Like some of Joe Rogan's podcasts are like 3 hours.
I don't even know. I think I could talk, but I think I'd just be like talking out of my butt.
You would just forget what you're saying.
Yeah, I probably would like repeat myself.
Me too. I repeat myself a lot.
Like how we say like a lot.
Yes, like
and
Yeah, those ones. What else about me? I don't know. I'm very repetitive. I stick to routine. I like to box.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Sometimes I help coach basketball or play. Not as much as before when I was more active, but I like basketball, that too, on my free time.
You played basketball in college, right?
Yeah. I played 2 years in Washington at a junior college.
I wish I played basketball.
In Hawaii, like we get so caught up in like we're all around the same height. So when I got to college,
I'm vertically challenged, Jojo.
I didn't want to say it.
5'1".
I didn't want to say it.
I'm 5'1".
I didn't want to say it, but like when I got to the man, I was
we're petite. We're like
short.
We're puny.
I was so short. I was like
everyone's like average 6 feet.
Yeah, or even like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, average.
Yeah, I'm lucky too, especially being Filipino.
I know.
Being Filipino and tall is like a rare. I wouldn't say rare, but it's like uncommon.
I feel tall, but maybe it's just because it's my attitude.
Now you're pretty tall. There's some. How tall are you?
5'1".
No, that's pretty. That's
tiny.
No.
Yes, I mean not as tiny as Alan. I think Alan's like.
You're like at least you're not like 4'8".
By the way, we're not judging people. We kind of are, but not in a bad way. About height.
Yep.
I'm just vertically challenged, like I said earlier.
Yep.
I used to want to be tall.
Was that?
I used to want to be tall
Oh yeah.
because,
I wish I was taller.
like, in high school, I'm not going to tell you when I went to high school, but for those that know what year I graduated, anywho, I wanted to play basketball, but because people were like, "Oh, you're so fast," but
Did you only do track? No.
I
Was there
only
other
I
sports?
did track and cross country, but I tried out for volleyball.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You look
no.
like you would be good at soccer. Soccer,
Honestly,
because you're
I don't
fast,
hate
you're
soccer.
strong, you're quick.
Oh, thank you. No, like I don't know. I think it's just a thing back in high school where each sport, if you're like passionate about the sport that you're in,
You stick to it.
you stick to it and then you kind of just like dog every other
Yeah,
like sport.
that's how I was with basketball. Once I got into basketball and I was like hooked,
Yeah.
like all the other sports was just not attractive to me.
Yeah.
Like not really attractive. It's just I saw like no purpose to do it if I
You
wanted
had
to
no
really.
passion for it.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I mean, people are gonna say cheerleading's not a sport, but you try and get flown like 10 feet in the air in
Yeah.
a basket toss and trying to spin like a dolphin,
You
and
know,
then hoping that your teammates catch
the
you.
impressive part to me is all the tumbling and like the flips and
It's
stuff.
partially gymnastics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to do that so I can learn how body control. It's good for wrestling. Like I heard a lot of wrestlers do gymnastics.
Do they?
I think so.
I
Or
only
grapplers.
experienced wrestling because my cousin used to do wrestling, so I would just watch
Oh.
people.
But they have good body control. Like you'd see wrestlers warm up, they're doing like rolls and like real athletic stuff. Like stuff I should start doing.
Yeah. There's a
Yeah.
lot of sports that I like wanted to try out, but then I always doubted
Yeah.
myself. I was like, nah, I can't do it. Like volleyball, I was like, nah, I'm too short. But then that anime came out, Haikyuu, and that
Oh,
guy is hella short. And
even me, like I
yeah,
doubted myself.
sorry, I burped.
I did track my freshman year. I tried. I was too slow. Well, not too slow. I just
Wait, what school did you go to?
my high.
I went
My
to my high
high.
too.
Sabers.
Sabers.
I
Sorry,
ran.
everybody else.
I ran.
Justin went to Baldwin.
Everyone and then Alan went Cam.
Yeah.
I don't know the
Don't
other
say
guy.
Cam.
Why?
They don't like when they say Cam. It's Kamehameha.
I always say Cam.
There's actually a school called Cam in Oahu. That's why.
And then King K. You know how some people say King K K Kaulike.
I never heard that,
I used to say that all the time. King K Kaulike.
bro.
King K Kaulike. Like I
King
used to.
KK Kaulike.
Yeah.
Double KK.
Yeah. I used to say that so much.
KK.
But yeah, like I ran track my freshman year. I noticed I wasn't that fast, so I was
You
like,
should have been
okay,
a long distance runner,
oh,
or you should have been a long. You should have been a long jumper,
you know
or a
me,
high jump.
you know me. I hate running.
You could have been like
I
you could have been a
should have done.
hurdler,
I
a high
should have done.
jump, a pole vaulter. There's field events.
But high jump, you only do one leg. Yeah, I feel like when you, I feel like one leg would
Honestly,
just be
I
so.
tried field events. I'm not that coordinated, but
Oh,
I only stuck to sprinting. I did 100, 200, 4x1, 4x4.
mm. Oh yeah, I could tell. Like that one video you showed me of you running your form. You
Oh,
could tell someone is a runner when you look at their form.
I think my coach back then just like drilled it to us.
Oh
I
yeah,
pocket, I
the
pocket. Lift those
basics.
knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than track was I did track my freshman year, track basketball. Sophomore year, I tried to do football, basketball. I remember I went like 2, 3 weeks of straight football practice, and then the coach was like, "All right, next week we're padding up," and I was like, "Okay, I'm done. I'm not coming because I don't want to get hit." My
Wait, so why'd you join football?
I don't. My main thing was I want to get big. Like I
You
want.
should have said weightlifting.
I didn't think of that when I started. I looked at football players and I was like, "Damn, I want to get swole like them." So that
And they're probably like the soles.
yeah, and then so that
They're already swole.
so that I could bully people in basketball. Not in a bad way. Bully as I mean like post up,
I'm just kidding.
you know,
I don't know
finish over
nothing
them.
about basketball terms except
So
box out
so for the
and travel.
bully is like in jiu-jitsu terms just smashing someone.
Oh.
Like just smash them and you know they can't get out or escape. They don't have an answer for what you're doing. Basically that in basketball. I want to be able to bully people
Dominate.
inside the key, which is that box.
We don't condone bullying in real life,
Yeah,
though.
no bullying,
This is
except
basketball terminology.
yes, except in sports when it's not intentional, you know. But
It's kind of intentional.
sort of. But yeah, I did football for like good solid 3-4 weeks. We were running routes. They put me at wide receiver, but I was mainly there for lifting because I wanted to get bigger. And the coach said, we're padding up next week. We're gonna start hitting each other. I'm like, "Kit, I'm out of here. I'm done. I don't want to get a concussion and then or get hurt and then miss basketball season." So.
And here you are fighting an MMA jiu-jitsu concussion.
The sport that you can get the most hurt in. Oh my gosh.
Speaking of MMA, what drew you to MMA? Because you guys did the fight,
Yeah.
And what month was it?
No.
This past summer.
July.
Ugh, it was so hot.
So fast. Oh yeah, it was hot. There was no AC.
Bro.
Fans in this field. Oh my gosh. But it was good. It wasn't that hot. It didn't feel that hot.
Down there.
But for you guys, probably because you guys were up there and all the heat is.
Yeah, we had like the construction fans blowing on us, and then everybody that was like, you know, on the hefty side, like
they were sweating.
They were sweating, and here I am sitting in front of the fan. My hair is going wild, trying to cheer, and I'm like, yes! And everybody around me is like staring at me, like, look at this little scrawny skinny girl.
No, it was hot. I remember after I finished my fight, I was like running around, and I didn't even put my shirt on. I was just walking around with shorts on, barefoot.
It's a local thing.
True. But everybody's probably looking at me like, look at this weirdo. But like, what got me into MMA? Yeah. That was your question, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was maybe 6, 7 months, 8 months into jiu-jitsu, and then I was training at Fight for Life, and Coach Rod, you guys know, he's good friends with Justin. And before the time, I knew Justin when this gym was in half, when only had that side. Oh yeah,
that's when I signed up as a member.
So
just the one side.
I worked out with Justin one time. It was me and Ashley, and I think Neilman was there. We worked out with Justin one time because we got referred by, I think, Auntie Kanoy, Ashley's mom. So we worked out with Just. That's when I met Just. I didn't know he did jiu-jitsu or MMA at the time. And then Rod, when I was training jiu-jitsu, was like, hey, come, I get one friend that, is prepping for an MMA fight. I was like, shoot, yeah, I'll come. I want to learn. And then, so this was when we was training at Happy Valley by Takamiya's. You know that little building to the left of Takamiya's? If you're looking at it on the right side of the road, there's that little...
Honestly, I don't really pay attention. I just try to get through Happy Valley as quick as possible.
There's that little building, and then there's like wrestling mats in there. There's a little weight room, and there's like wrestling dummies and like punching bags. So we used to train out of there. But yeah, one time Rod brought Justin, and I was like, oh, I remember you. I worked out with you in high school one time. Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, I'm prepping for a fight. This was when Justin was gonna fight 209 beatdown. This is how we know about 209. Justin was gonna fight for 209, and then he was gonna fight someone from AKA. So
the Muay Thai guys.
They're big gym. So he was gonna fight a guy from there, and I helped Justin. I was just extra body, trying to help him get tired, but he was smashing me in a nice way, because Justin never really smashed. Yeah, he was bullying me, but he wasn't bullying me. He was smashing me, holding me down, because at the time I was really new to jiu-jitsu. I barely knew how to wrestle.
Ooh, you're a white belt spaz.
I was pretty spazzy. He would just hold me down, soft punches, just taps. Yeah. And then I knew at that moment, I was like, this is fun.
I'm getting beat up. I like this.
It was so funny but weird. Like, getting beat up, it was so... I never had that feeling of seeing myself beat up as something fun. And like in the moment, I was like, oh, I want to do this again. And then next Sunday, we did it again. Well, next Sunday, we did it again. Getting ready for Justin to fight.
Your passion.
Yeah. And I never knew I could like something more than basketball. At that, like, I never knew.
That's how I felt with jiu-jitsu. Except I don't think I could do MMA.
Yeah. I mean, never say never. You never know.
No.
You never.
I've had some experiences already.
You never know.
I don't want to get punched in the face. I'm okay with someone choking me.
You could.
That's good. Just kidding, just kidding.
Okay, you could take the punch, take down, and just
No,
jujitsu. Boom.
no.
I'm not gonna force you though, but yeah, that's when
I
that's
have a hairline fracture from the past.
on your tooth.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a bunch of chips, like those days where like you never wear
You
mouth.
know what? Yeah. I bought a mouthpiece. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it the
It's a
other day.
generic. It's my Walmart brand, but it's okay. We're not gonna
All of
knock
them
off
mouth,
Walmart.
all of them are good brands.
It
All of
gets
them
the
mouthpieces.
job done, and it was kind of cheap.
Yeah, sometimes that's the best ones, the cheap ones. But that's how I got into MMA. It was that, and then just constantly training jiu-jitsu, tournaments. I was going tournament after tournament, and then what you call it? I started boxing. I started out with Wailuku boxing.
Wait, so in total, how long have you been doing boxing and MMA
I would say
and jiu-jitsu?
MMA brand new, like probably less than six.
Half a year?
Yeah, probably half a year. Jiu-jitsu almost 2 years. I hit 2 years in October.
Hmm.
So boxing probably a total of 1 year because I did a couple months with Wailuku boxing,
Oh, fresh out the oven.
and then I've been doing CNBC with John since November of last year. So
Wow.
not even a year yet with John. Oh.
You know, we went to Oahu, and Justin had us do that circuit.
Yeah,
I give boxers, Muay Thai, kickboxing.
a lot of credit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
hard.
It's so much mental puzzles. I think that's why
Like,
I'm so hooked on it. Like just
well, you're analytical.
true.
I'm not.
I seen a video on Instagram. I think it was last night. You know the left brain, right brain. Remember the gold dress, blue dress.
Yes.
I saw one of a video of a horse walking backward. Have you seen that one? Or walking
No.
forward, and then it said right brain people were more analytical or something like that. And then how you said I'm more analytical. That was like, oh, because I remember we saw, what did I see?
Light bulb.
I saw the blue dress. You saw the gold one, yeah?
You guys saw black and blue. Me and Justin saw white and gold.
Yeah. So if you guys see that video,
It is so old.
make sure you say blue dress.
But it's nostalgic.
That's true. But yeah, 2 years jiu-jitsu, almost 2 years. 1 year boxing. Muay Thai, I would say barely. Like I want to start getting into Muay Thai. When Justin gets back, hopefully we start drilling some Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Really want to start getting that Muay Thai.
Would you ever coach for like any of them?
Like jiu-jitsu, like
Yeah,
boxing.
anyone.
Maybe down the road.
Boxing,
I mean, I'm starting to help
jiu-jitsu.
out a little bit with jiu-jitsu. I think as I build my credentials and my experience, then I'll start.
Yeah.
And teaching wise, it helps. I think with jiu-jitsu, like it sharpens your technique.
You want to help me with the kids?
I could. What is that? Wednesdays.
What do you do on Wednesdays?
I do. Well, pretty soon. Pretty soon. Girls basketball is gonna start.
Not just kidding.
I'll help. I told my coach I was gonna be more on the volunteer side, try to help out a little, like as much as I can, because I still
Yeah.
got school and training and all this and part times. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. Kids is a little different. You kind of gotta be,
Kids are
nice.
so fun though.
They are, but the way I was brought up in basketball is like, like,
Yeah.
like.
I don't know. I When I did sports, maybe because I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe because my mom knew everyone, so everyone treated me nicely.
Oh no, yeah. The way I was brought up in
I
basketball
got
was like,
cool.
the way I was brought up was like real hard, like strict. And I think when I do coach, I'm a little bit like that.
Mm.
But I do have a soft side. Coach Vic would say like, sometimes I'm too nice, or like you just want them to like you as a coach. But there's times where it's like even my friends, like I remember in the men's league, I don't even want to say it, but
You have to say it.
I have to say it now.
Yeah,
I
you brought
remember
it up.
we was in the men's league and I was coaching them, and then they went on like a 10-point run and we're down,
Yeah.
and I called a timeout. And when you call timeouts, your players, you want them sprinting to the huddle, the timeout, because you don't want to wait. As soon as you call the time's ticking.
Yeah.
And I remember everyone was walking back, and I was like, "Why are we walking back like?" Because we was down, and like my basketball side got out of me. Like basketball, like a lot of guys is like real.
From when I remember, my brother's like
Yeah,
old girlfriend. My brother's like 9 years older than
yeah.
me, and I remember him. He was dating this girl, and I went to one of the Maui High basketball games. Dude, they were like scrapping on the
Yeah.
basketball court, and I was like,
I'm gonna
"Are
be
you
real right
playing
now.
basketball?"
Everyone on the court acts like they want to fight, but at the end of the day, nobody on the court wants to fight. I'll be real. Like me, I used to act so tough on the court. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
I didn't want to fight nobody.
And here you are now,
Yeah,
fighting people in the
fighting.
cage.
Still scared of fighting. I remember the last fight. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I kept telling you guys like, bro, I'm so scared. I want to pull out. You guys like, no, go. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Even Nagas, like I remember at Nagas when I was around like 4, 5, 6 matches in,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay guys, I'm done. I'm tired. I remember Alan was right there behind me. She's like, no, keep going. Like I was like, fine, I guess. My lower
What you do
back.
like 10 matches, right?
9. I did 9 because then the 10th video was an overtime from my absolute no gi
Oh.
match because I remember we were up and up. And I had to do 9 matches is a lot. I was done by.
I only did 3.
I was done by 3. Like my first match, I literally just sat in the guy's guard. I think you were there. I was in the guy's guard. I was like, okay, this guy doesn't want to go nowhere. He's trying to go to Kimura. Okay, just keep my elbows tight. And then I had toe holds and like, what else did I have? I had a toe hold on him. They didn't give me a point for that, but I was just in his guard the whole time, so I didn't get that tired. But jiu-jitsu is a whole different ball game too, like muscle endurance. I remember I used to bog out my like 6 months in. I used to bog out like within 1 minute.
I used to, not gonna lie. You know how they have those videos where like, oh, I gotta put my hair up. Oh,
Oh
I gotta fix my gi.
yeah, that was me.
But it's like, I need a break.
My gi is like
I need
flopping
water. I gotta use the
everywhere.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Don't have to use the bathroom. Just sit there on the toilet.
You're just catching your breath, yeah, on the toilet, bruh.
Oh my god. I feel like now my forearms are like rock solid. Like
Yeah,
I'm not even grasping that hard, but look.
my grip strength went up.
Yeah.
And even when I lift weights now, I don't lift weights with my thumb around. I lift weights like this, except bench. Bench,
Yeah, frick that.
yeah. If I'm benching like this and it falls on me, I pray to God
Same.
that
I think, and then I use like by my tips
Oh, okay.
sometimes,
Is that
depending if I'm
when
doing
you're
like
like
farmers
deadlifting?
walks or
Oh,
deadlifting.
oh, for the forearms, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like even when we do the trap bar walks, my forearms is dust by the time we're halfway through the gym.
I just do the dumbbells, but I let them hang off my
Yeah,
fingertips. I'm like so sore.
bruh. And like here would burn
Yeah.
your forearms, but it's good. Helps the Kimura grips and
Now to
choke.
only get a kimura.
That's true. I never.
Working all this grip. Don't even
No
do a
can
kimura.
even get the hold. That's me. I'm
Uh,
always on my back.
um, do you have any like stories that
Stories. Oh, that's a
that
good
made like
question.
a lasting impact on you from either jiu-jitsu, MMA, even basketball?
I would say I would say basketball. I think without basketball, without me failing at basketball, like without me, I would say failing as in quitting. I think I always look back at basketball and I look back, I was like, dang, I quit. Because then I had the chance to go back for a third year at the school that I was at. Because then I played during COVID, and that year didn't count technically.
Oh, I remember that because I had one of the girls that I used to help coach.
Hmm.
She was doing track, and they, what do they call it, like a red shirt or whatever?
Sorta. It was basically. I remember I was in college and they said NCAA came out and said like this year doesn't count because some schools weren't even playing. I remember in our conference, some schools weren't playing,
Mm-hmm.
and because that, like, we only had conference play. We didn't have regionals or like Sweet
What does that
16.
mean, conference play?
Conference is like north, west, east, south of the regional, and then when you have regionals, you have all the teams play against each other, and then you have like Sweet 16, uh, final no, Elite 8, Final 4, and then the last two.
I wish I like did collegiate track.
You could. Still can. Your clock never even tick.
Bro.
There's a you could do NAIA.
Bro.
There's a timer. I think you have like 5 years to complete 4 years.
I
So,
think when maybe we should time ourselves on the track when Jessica comes
oh,
back.
for Nagas, yeah, like Naga
Yeah,
prep.
because we're gonna be doing. I think he said we're gonna be doing hill sprints. I'll wait till my knee gets better.
Mm.
My
Yeah,
knee was bust
I'm not doing
after
that
we did hill.
barefoot again. That one night we did like
I told
20.
you there's pokies.
We did 20, and then Josh was like one more. I was like, nah, let's just do 5 more.
Very ambitious.
And then,
I committed to
hey,
20,
that takes guts because I
and that was
remember
hard.
in the break room I was talking to Alan and Justin. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just do 15, and then I ended up doing 20. I was like, and then Justin like, okay, one more. I was like, you know what? Just do 25. You're gonna go to Japan, compete. Let's push it. And then I took off my shoes. First lap up, I was like, oh no. I stepped on like 5 pokies coming up, and then we're like
I
coming
haven't
down.
seen
Josh
pokies.
was like, okay, 30-second break now. I was like, dang it, I don't have time to put on my shoes, so I'll just grind out these 5 more. I went home. I was in the shower, and my feet, you could just sting from all the water and soap coming down. Oh, I regret that. But yeah, for the story, I would say basketball, quitting, quitting and coming back home, taking that gap year from college because I took a gap year and I just worked. And then during that time, I fell in love with reading books because I was like, dang, I quit basketball. What do I want to do now? I thought basketball was my life. I thought I was gonna go far. I thought I was gonna play 4 years of college.
Yeah.
And then I started reading books. Trying to search for meaning. I read the book Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl. That's a good
What
book.
is life?
Good book, and it talks about people. It talks about a guy going through the Holocaust
Oh shoot.
in search for meaning. So if he can go through a hard time like that and find meaning, anyone could find meaning.
I can't
So
even imagine.
that's a good book. You should read that. So I read that book part of my gap year.
I'm gonna
From
listen to the
college.
Audible once my Audible credits re-up.
Yeah, I need to start doing that because when I read books, it's like just
You know,
reading
when I
to
read,
myself.
I fall asleep.
Bro, it helps
Yeah.
me sleep.
But I don't want to sleep. I want to listen to it.
Oh,
Or
you listen,
I wanna know the story.
you listen while you're laying down and like getting ready for bed.
Lately I just been listening to audiobooks when I'm driving
Oh, okay.
or when I'm
That's a good time.
cleaning,
Good
especially when
time.
I'm cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause I thought about it. I do listen to like self-help books. Like
Yeah. Those are my favorite.
I didn't start reading until I started working at the gym
Mm,
and being part of like Justin's
yeah.
team.
He's really good at that.
Yeah, and I don't know. I always thought that reading was just boring.
That's what I thought.
I didn't think I was gonna learn anything.
That's
I
what I
can't
thought.
focus. But then if you think about it, you just start to do it, and then something just kind of like
Yeah.
catches like piques your interest, and then you're like, oh, I want to listen to more.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about it. It's like sometimes I'm segueing, but anime. Sometimes I just put anime on just
Yeah.
for like background music.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what audiobooks is for me.
Yeah.
But then I can actually like retain it.
Mm. That's what I noticed. Like with reading books, like you get more open. Like with school,
Yeah.
teachers like, "Okay, read this." Like, oh, I don't
I
want
wish they made it more interesting. I wish we had Audible books when actually
I think
maybe
we
you're
did.
too young.
I'm pretty sure
When
we
I
did.
was in school, we had the radio with the CD.
Oh shoot.
And
No, we had like textbooks and
no,
sometimes
we would
Audible.
have a book and it would have a story, and then that book would come with a CD.
Oh
and
yeah,
then-
we had those.
Okay.
I think it was like middle school days, elementary days. That we would have like books, and then they would put like a CD in a radio or something, or a what do you call
Or
those?
like a cassette.
Cassette.
Yeah.
Those.
Wait, you were in school when they had cassette?
I think so. No, maybe not. Maybe CDs.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
think
it was
so.
more CDs.
I don't think so. You guys, can you guess our age if you don't know who we are?
I'm getting old. Nah, I'm just kidding. But reading books, it was like it's good because at the time when I quit basketball and I was looking at myself, I was like, dang, like I wasn't a good teammate or even a leader. I was like being captain my senior year. I wasn't good. I wasn't a good
Isn't
leader.
it crazy how like the person we were back then is so different than how we are now?
That's what I noticed. I think getting into jiu-jitsu really helped because you get into this mindset of like constant growth like striving for constant growth, knowing that you're not knowing that you may not look better today, but if you just keep going like every single day, knowing you can get better tomorrow, the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and like striving to be perfect, knowing you're not gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
The Mamba mentality. That's somebody I look up to, Kobe Bryant, like that being a basketball and Filipino. Casual,
I'm
casual,
Filipino too, but I never played
casual.
basketball. I wasn't a Lakers fan.
See,
Kobe Bryant, rest in peace.
you're calling me out right there. Laker fan, Kobe Bryant, played basketball, Filipino. Like that's me, typical Filipino guy that plays basketball. Loves Kobe Bryant, loves the Lakers. He's someone I look up to. I think, yeah, that's one of the things I got from him. Reading books, a lot of books. Um, yeah, reading books, looking back at who I was and trying to improve who I was back then.
Yeah. What advice would you give someone?
Pertaining to just in general, just advice or to
Life
jiu-jitsu
advice.
life. I would say
Jiu-jitsu.
I would say for everything, just be open. Be open to learning something from somebody. Know that the person you're talking to knows something in any area that you probably don't know. I think that's what I got from some books. Because when you're open, you're just like Bruce Lee said, cup.
We're dabbling into Bruce
Yep,
Lee.
Bruce Lee. Shout out to Bruce Lee.
Oh my god, okay, like sorry, I cut you off. I went to his graveyard. Or graveyard.
Where?
His grave.
Where?
I think it's in Seattle.
His grave is in Seattle?
Yeah, wait, let me Google this.
What?
Hold on. Yeah.
What? I figured it would have been in like somewhere in Asia.
Why?
Because he's
Asian?
from
We're Asian.
I would say from like in Asia because he probably grew up there or maybe has family.
Bruce.
I don't know if he has kids.
He has kids, but I don't know if they are still alive. Bruce Lee.
You know what's crazy? I still thought Bruce Lee's alive. And then when you brought up the grave, I was like, oh.
He's not. No.
Oh, shoot. Well, at least.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Rip Bruce Lee.
It is in Seattle. I did see
What?
it. I have a picture. I took a picture of it.
Next time I go Seattle, I'm going to look for that. I'm going to go visit. Say like, hey, Bruce Lee, thank you for motivating me. Yeah.
Wait. I felt really weird taking a picture of someone's like gravesite, but
Nah, but he is an icon. He is a,
he is an
big
icon.
figure, especially in the martial arts community.
Okay, this is taking forever. But yeah, it's in Seattle.
Yeah. So going back to the advice,
Mhm.
it was the analogy he said, it's hard to pour into a cup that's already full. I think when you talk to people, you have to be able to have the ability to empty your cup so that the person you're talking to can pour into you and you learn, just being open to learning what they have to offer, just like jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
If you're, let's say you're a white belt, you're getting to jiu-jitsu and you think you already know it all.
And then upper belt just like freaking smashes you
Yep.
and chokes you out and
then,
like does like a combo and you're like
yes.
spinning around and then you land in that crab ride.
Yep. And then
like what the hell just happened?
let's say that person's cup is full and he just gets mad. He's like, oh, you're going too hard or something, or like he's making excuses because his
I
cup
know
is
some people like that.
Because his cup is full, but if because his cup is empty and he's not trying to go hard on you.
Tapped.
But yeah.
Or she.
Because he's not willing to learn from it.
Yeah.
In that form of jiu-jitsu rolling.
I totally agree with you.
If he's not willing to learn from it, he can't get, knowledge. The person he's rolling with can't pour into his cup. I think it's good to have a good training partner. You can learn as you flow. There's days that you do go hard, but I think for me, when I'm not in camp or when I'm not prepping for tournaments, I think, flow. I like to flow. Sometimes go hard, but most of the time flow.
I feel like I flow when I do when we do our rounds.
You do. When I roll with you, you have good.
People tell me I don't flow.
You know why? Because you feel your pressure. You feel like there's this one time I had you in half guard and you did the half guard pass where you cross face underhook and you drop pressure. I was like, oh. And then you weren't even going hard. Like you open the legs boom, you just slit knee slice, real soft, real smooth, it was flowing. And I was like, oh. And then as soon as you went to side control, your pressure went away. I was like, what the heck? I was telling Josh, like, bro, you have like the pressure of like a wrestler. Like
I've never did wrestling.
you feel like a wrestler when I grapple with you.
You know that everyone says that like first rolls with me.
Yeah, and that's a good thing because when you feel like a wrestler, it's hard to get them on their back.
I don't like being on my back.
Or when you're on your top, when on the top, your pressure is like sometimes you roll with people and they can't handle pressure, they panic. You notice that? You give them pressure, they start spazzing out. Yeah, and then they give you
build my traps up.
yeah, all the trap bar deadlifts.
What's up, guys?
Yep. Big back. Big back's Maui.
Bro. I feel like my traps have gotten like so much bigger though.
Yeah.
I really want it to get big though.
I want to work on my back. I feel like my front part is more developed than my back, and I kind of have a slunch because I don't have much muscle pulling my back. Oh. Something like that. My posture is terrible.
Maybe you can use like Alan uses like a back brace to like help with the posture. Oh. Or you can do that sitting down.
Yeah.
If you note it, if you realize when you're like doing I don't know, your essays or exams at home, just sit up like this.
Yeah. Sometimes I would stand up if I'm sitting too long, and I'll just walk around the house. Or if I'm at the library, sometimes I go to the library at the college.
You go to the library?
By myself.
Well, duh. You just said you like to read.
By myself. Well, not to read, to do homework at the college. So by myself, I'm a loner there.
I've never been to the library at the college.
It's pretty big. I like it because there's AC. Sometimes when I do homework at the house, it's pretty hot. But
I would go to the library for AC.
Good way to get out the house, but shoot, what were we on? What were we talking
about? Stories.
Stories.
And advice, life advice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say be open, and I said always strive to be better, knowing you're not gonna be perfect. What else is a good one? One that I live by is your net worth is your network.
Yeah.
The people you're around. Like ever since I've been around you guys more, you, Alan, and Justin, like I noticed my mindset and just how I am around people is really elevated. I started enjoying reading books more. I started spending more time around you guys. I talk to you guys a lot more. Yeah, I think the way Justin puts it is very funny. Remember if you hang out with 4 fat people,
you're the 5th.
You're gonna be the 5th fat person. So
that is true though.
When I think of that, you know, your network is your net worth. Network is your net worth.
Yeah.
I think of that. If you hang out with 4 fat people, you're gonna be the 5th fat person. Just like if you hang out with 4 millionaires, you're gonna be the 5th millionaire. So I think of that, like just surrounding myself with people that.
So you gotta go find some millionaires.
Yep. Oh yeah. If you're a millionaire, hit us up, and then we'll talk on the podcast. Like we know anybody.
Actually, I do.
Let's get him here. Talk to him.
He would be more like talking about investments, which isn't a bad thing.
Which is good. We could learn, just like letting him pour into our cup in any
filling our cups up.
Shout out Bruce Lee.
Our cups.
Mine is empty right now. So.
Oh, perfect. Mine is almost there.
It sounds empty. Oh, look, it's green tea.
Green tea and a green Hello Kitty.
I love green tea, but yeah, I would say those are my top 3. You know, that came to my mind right away. I would say, open your cup. Open your cup.
Yeah, you gotta open it.
I would say be open. What was the second one? Strive to be better every day, knowing you're not gonna be perfect. And what was the third one? Shoot. Network is your net worth.
Like, oh, I don't know. We gotta look back at the video.
Oh, jeez, I forget so fast now. I think it's all these, all the hits to the head.
Okay. What is your do you have any future goals or like any aspirations?
I would say, you know, continue to fight, see how far I can take it. Mm-hmm. Even jiu-jitsu wise, keep competing, see how far I can take it. Somewhere down the road, maybe coach a little more, maybe help out coach. There's something about coaching that just makes me feel like I'm at home. I feel, especially with the
purpose.
with the stuff that you enjoy doing. Yeah. I feel like down the road, I'd love to coach. Like I'm already coaching basketball, so that I love coaching basketball. I love the kids. Our Sparks Club the girls have such great personalities. They're funny. You meet someone like I think Coach Rod was trying to get some of the girls into self defense. So maybe one day we'll bring them by. That'll
You
be awesome. Maybe
should.
one day. That you meet them, they're funny, and
I do love girls.
they're like sisters.
Yeah.
Bro, they're so funny. Great kids.
I feel like girls are more funnier than boys.
Oh
No
yeah,
offense.
yeah. I think so. Cause guys, being a guy, we like to act tough on the outside.
I know, and you
Yeah.
guys are like
Yep. Act
little
cool.
puppies.
Yeah. Act cool. Act tough.
It's kind of cute.
I'm
but...
a victim of that. I'm a victim. But coaching basketball,
Yeah.
I'm starting to help out with jiu-jitsu a little more. Coaching jiu-jitsu. Maybe when I get a little bit better at boxing, with John. John's a really good coach, so I try to forward what he does for me to, whoever I can help.
What kind of coaching style would you like to
I like I like one-on-one
have
training.
people perceive, or
What do you mean coaching style?
Coaching style, like let's see. Like for me, I guess that takes a lot of knowing yourself too.
Oh yeah.
But like for me, when I'm with the kids, I feel like I'm a big kid, so I just I don't. Yeah. When I was a kid, I never really liked being scolded. I don't think any kid likes to be scolded, but
sometimes you need it.
They do, but I guess I always wanted an adult or someone older to just talk to me instead of talk down to me. Because back then there were good coaches, there were good aunties, there's good uncles, parents and whatnot.
Sometimes they
talk down, and
I know what you mean.
I don't want, and I'm very rebellious.
Yeah. No, just like
that, if someone tells me to do something in a tone that I don't like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Or if they tell you to do something, you're like, oh, I don't want to do it.
And with the kids, my coaching style is just being relatable to them, listening to them. There's a few times they get out of hand, but I'm like, hey. If I talk to them normal, I'm like, hey, you're not listening. I'm not gonna help you if you're not gonna listen. And there's a lot of coaches that are like that, and that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
But if you just talk to them normal and not let your frustrations out on them, I was like, hey, you only have a little bit of time. Do you want to get this done and play games after, or do you want to just sit here and learn nothing? And the tonality. If I told you that, would you feel like, oh?
Yeah.
I feel bad. Yeah. Most of the times the kids feel like that, and it's also self-rewarding when the parents or grandparents are like, you have so much patience. Yeah. I'm like, I
just stuff it.
Bury it down
there. In the corner. I think as a coach, for me, I have both sides. I would say, because the way I was brought up was kind of hard. Basketball.
Yeah.
Very strict, down on you, hard, rough, trying to give you thick skin, basically.
Yeah.
But I think growing up now, to a certain point, it's good, but you need that. I wouldn't say balance, but sometimes you need that understanding coach to talk to.
One who's willing to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one, I think when I coach the girls, I try to do that one, because Coach Vic is pretty hard on the girls, I would say. I try to be that coach that tries to help them through it. Be nice, not really be nice, but really try to understand. The situation.
Set the message. Send the message to the girls with buffering a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buffering
I don't know how to put it into words. It's hard to put it in words.
Buffering the edges. It's not so sharp.
When I'm coaching there, I'm more of skill and development. Sometimes I help with defense. A lot of my stuff I tell is mindset and effort. I show a couple moves a little bit. I talk I pull them to the side. Oh, in this situation, you could have done this and this and this. Yeah. Or if this happens, you do this. Very technical standpoint. I try to do that. I do the JV. I'm the head for the JV, and then I assist for varsity. So I think that's really helped me try to understand how certain people have to be. Certain people have to be coached a certain way. That's what I noticed coaching. You can coach this person
they're not all the same. Yeah, I learned that when I was coaching. I was helping coach for track.
Yeah, there's different personalities. Even me.
Yeah.
I could get coached pretty hard, but I remember being with Coach Vic on certain rides coming down from practice, I would just bawl cry.
Oh.
Like I would like want to quit basketball. I would like think I'm not good enough, and then he would talk me out of it. And then like knowing he has that rough side on you, and like he's hard on you, but then knowing that after that practice is done or that workout is done, know he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
So I think having that.
You're such a butthole, but thank you for always having my back.
Yep. Just like that. Just like Justin, Clyde.
Yeah.
You haven't met Clyde yet. He's my other grappling coach. Good coach.
I heard a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I love Fight for Life so much too. Like I love it here too. The like feels like family. At Fight for Life we have a routine. Like when we come to class, it's early in the morning sometimes, like 5 a.m. And I would be like, I'd be late sometimes, but.
It's okay. That's me for our strength and conditioning.
Bruh.
We're yeah. We're like the Filipino duo.
We show up on Filipino time. Yeah. That's whenever we like show up. So at Fight for Life, we would open up. Everyone would show up. Hey, what's up? You know how you open up class with some drills, get a little sweat going, and then we'd sit down, catch our breath, take a sip of water, and then we'd circle around Clyde, and we'd like read the Bible. So we'd open up with a prayer, and then we'd read the Bible, read a scripture, and then Clyde would talk about the scripture, how it tied into life, not only life, but to jiu-jitsu and our struggles and how life goes. And I think that really helped me like boost my spirituality and like my emotions, because that was probably something I struggled with being a basketball player. I was so trying to be tough, act tough.
I think that's all teenagers though.
Yeah, I think I
was a little shit when I was in high school.
There was a lot of good kids that was around me, and I was a prick when I was a kid. Like
me too. I was not proud of myself back then.
I remember my coach would tell me like I was a brat. So I wasn't a good leader. I wasn't a good teammate. And looking back, like Clyde really has uplifted my spirituality and my ego and helped me through that, because I think at the time too, I wasn't really, as a kid growing up, I was I wouldn't say forced, but like my parents would go to not school, but church.
My parents went to church. Actually, my mom went to church.
And then I would follow them.
Yeah.
But not like because I wanted to. It kind of felt like I had to a little bit.
Obligation.
So we went out as a family, and sometimes I would just doze around, just, oh, that's a nice window, or like, you know what I mean?
Like why we gotta sit here?
A little bit. Sometimes I'll take
the bread. No,
sometimes I'll take a nap. Yeah. Sometimes I'd take a nap.
Hi, Anna, wake up.
Yep. Bruh, every time, every Sunday. And then so that really brought me closer to God. And then ever since that brought me closer, I noticed my life just started getting better and just really helped. So we do that. We'd read the Bible, read the scripture, talk about how it relates to life, talk about how it relates to jiu-jitsu. And then
did the light just go on?
I think so.
Wow.
We talk about that, and then we close it with another prayer. Or if anyone has something to share, they would share, and we'd talk about it. And then we close it with another prayer.
Wow.
We get into more drills, and then after that, open mat, and we try to kill each other.
After we just read the Bible.
Yep. After the Bible, we just try to kill each other. But it's so fun. I think that's really helped me.
Yeah.
Really helped me with my spirituality and emotions and life in general. Just never really sat down and read the Bible until I started training with Fight for Life. So that really helped me.
I don't hate religion. It's just I grew up going I was raised Catholic. Like I'm I was baptized,
Same thing.
did Holy Communion. I went to a Catholic school.
Yeah.
That is why I am the way I am.
Me too. Me too.
Like I don't look like no church girl.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people like I have friends that talk down to me like, Joe, you never went to church in so long. I'm like, yeah, I know, but in the back of my mind is like, you know, you don't have to be you don't have to go to church to be religious. And, yeah.
Like you don't have to, like for me, I was always scolded, go to church, hurry up, get ready, because after I got to a certain age, my mom was like, wait, you're not gonna come to church? And I'm like,
yeah. With that tone.
If God loves me and he knows I'm talking to him, like why I have to go to his house? Yeah.
But the way you said it, that tone, like what, you're not gonna go to church? It like that tone just makes you like,
maybe not want to go even more. Not want to go.
But like, oh, Anak, you like come to church? You wanna, listen, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like more
more welcoming,
accepting
yes,
to the fact that like you either come or you don't,
yeah,
and being okay with that.
yep,
And I felt bad. At first, I was like so like anti
yeah,
religion,
bruh,
anti this, and then I was like, this is a cult, like
yeah.
da, da, da,
I
da, this is a
remember,
cult.
bruh, I remember,
But I thought about it after like I read some books, gone through some experiences, like
yep,
God is just a higher entity. Whether you believe in God or
yeah,
not,
or
like
the universe or
yeah,
something,
it's just it's a form of like affirmations when you pray.
yep,
And like whatever you believe in, like strong faith and belief, like it's a positive for you.
yep,
Yes, some other people's beliefs and faiths might be slightly different, but there's no harm in doing it. Now, the I used to get irritated because people would be like, "Oh no, you have to do this, you have to do that." Like, no, I freaking don't.
yeah,
Like, don't tell me what to do.
yep,
And that's where I would get like confused about religion and like kind of have animosity towards it.
mm. I
I
used to
guess
go
that's
through
the
that
word. Is
too.
that the word? Animosity?
Animosity, resentment, resentment,
Resentment, yes.
like you look down on it,
Yeah, but then now it's not that I don't believe in God or like I'm saying screw religion, because I'm more spiritual
mm-hmm.
than like now. Like I don't necessarily go to church, but I do believe in a higher
Yeah,
power. And like I may not pray to a specific like power, but
yeah,
I pray like, or I'll just have affirmations
yeah,
and try to build my faith in something
yeah.
that
Knowing that the universe is like there for
yeah,
you, I think that's important too. Like I think that helps people go through stuff
yeah,
because when there's things you can't hold, like stuff that happens and you don't know what to do, like sometimes you just gotta like tell the universe, tell God, or whatever it is that you believe in,
yeah,
like tell them like, hey, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna trust you. You'll put me through the right journey, and that everything's gonna be okay. And I would write that in my journal too sometimes. Like I remember leading up to the fight, I had a lot of
yeah.
stuff going on. I remember I had a cancer scare, so I went to
Oh,
Oahu and I had to get a PET scan. They injected like radioactive glucose in me.
oh my god.
It was it
You
was
could have
weird.
been like a glucose man.
I was Hulk. I was radioactive.
Supersonic.
Or yeah, but yeah, I had that, and then blood test came up. I had stuff coming up. I was scared I couldn't fight, and then I had stuff going on at home, and then I had the opponent that I was supposed to fight pulled out. I was like,
Oh
remember that? I was
yeah.
preparing for a southpaw boxer the whole time, and then the other guy came in because the other guy pulled out.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah, he's a real cool guy.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, Aaron, shout out to you, man. You're the man. Really cool guy. I was talking with him in the back. Real cool guy. Real determined. He's
Yeah.
ready to get back in.
That's
Real cool
good.
guy. I follow on Instagram. We talk.
That's what I love about like the martial arts community. It doesn't have to be like specifically boxing,
Yeah.
just martial arts in general. Like I feel that community is very wholesome and
Yes.
encouraging to one another,
Yes.
no matter what like background you have with
Yes.
martial arts.
Because I was talking to BJ about this because we were talking about like how people in the back, we're talking with all the fighters in the back and they're like
Yeah.
real cool guys, and like it's because everyone is disciplined in a martial art and you respect that, and like everyone is just on the same level. They look to each other on the same level. No one is higher than each other. I
Yeah.
think that's what I love
I think
about
because
the
we all
martial.
have an understanding that you're not top
Yeah.
dog.
Oh yeah.
You can strive to be top dog, and
Yeah.
that's always good.
Yeah.
But how you like treat others while
Mm.
trying to achieve being a top
Yeah.
dog, like
That says stuff. Like I
yeah.
look at how people treat waiters. Like I look
Oh my god, yeah.
I see if
Even if I'm pissed off at waiters, I'll still tip them. I'm
I see
like,
if they say
you suck, but here I
please.
know you're working hard.
Yeah, I always see if they say please or thank you every
Yeah.
time they fill up my water. Oh, thank you. You
Yeah.
know, or if like I need ketchup. Can I get ketchup, please?
Yeah. I like to talk stories with
Little
them.
stuff. Yeah. I try to tip as much as 20%. Sometimes when 20% is a lot.
Oh,
I'm gonna be real.
maybe I'll go down. I don't want to do 15. I'm
I'm
not definitely not doing 10.
I'm like
do 18%.
I'm like broke. I'm like, oh shoot, 20% is a lot. Okay, here's $10.
It's a thought that
I'll
counts.
give I'll give
Okay.
I'll give $10.
It's a
Okay.
thought that counts.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, shoot, 20% is a
Yeah.
lot.
There's very rare times though where I have like a server and they're like, but,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, you can get Jack.
Yeah. That's true. Most of the time they're really good waiters too.
Yeah.
Though. I love the ones that just talk to you and like you could like sometimes they just sit down with you and
Yeah.
just talk. Like, hey, here's a fry. You want a fry?
I used to be a server.
For real.
Yeah.
I've always thought of doing like working at a restaurant to work on my communication skills, especially as a
Honestly,
server.
I used to work at the kitchen.
Yeah.
I have like a love hate for the kitchen.
Mm.
Like the owner was so mean.
Oh.
Like I'm not even gonna go into it.
Yeah, I've always thought of it.
But yeah.
But now that I think of like getting to jobs and stuff, I want to go into something that's gonna bring me somewhere.
Yeah.
That's why I was talking to Josh about maybe coaching maybe one day or something like that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Coaching is so fun. Like
You know, at least I have a background in strength and conditioning. I took classes in college, and then I help with my high.
mhm.
I'm in charge of the girls' strength and conditioning. So with the help of Chris and some of the coaches, but I think I have a decent background. I need to work on some stuff, but knowing that I got to work on it is good.
Stuff.
Yeah, I think it's good. That
Makes me want to like. It's so funny when it comes to coaching because I coach here and I coach jujitsu for the kids. I used to coach for track and field. Like I miss coaching.
Yeah, it's
for
fun.
track and field.
I miss
but then
it too.
it's like coaching everywhere. It's like, oh, how am I gonna like
I miss it too.
stand it out and like time myself? It's so
a lot
hard.
of time management. I miss it too because it really gave me purpose and it allowed me to look at something that was bigger than myself.
Yeah.
And it really helped me.
And it's like self rewarding when you know you're putting out for someone else and they can gain something from you.
Yep. And when you tell a kid to do something and they do it, like
not gonna lie, I like
the sense of proud, like how proud you are.
Yeah.
Like when I was coaching, it made me feel like I had kids.
That's how I feel with the jiu-jitsu kids.
It made me feel like I had kids, and I never had that feeling before. But like when you,
bro, you're only 21.
I don't have any. But
we're unicorns. I don't have kids either.
Yep. Is that what they call it? Unicorns?
Yeah, we got a job. We're not married. We don't. Yeah. Well, that's what I call it.
Yeah.
We're unicorns.
But it made me feel like I had kids, and it gave me a purpose, and always look for some helping someone and helping stuff that was bigger than myself. I think that really helped. But shoot, I don't even remember what question we're on.
I don't know either. But since we're on kids, would you ever have kids?
Yeah, I think so. I plan on it. I'd love to have little basketball players
little coaches.
Yeah, little basketball players. Little just like whatever sport they want to do. I don't really care. The thing is, I want them to get into sports.
Damn.
I'm not gonna force what sport on them, but if I had kids, I want them to get into sports.
Yeah.
Martial arts, sports, anything, just to get, because I think sports is one of the biggest teachers. Any sport. I don't discriminate against the sports. I don't, judge. I think all the sports, they teach you, discipline, striving for something, setting goals.
Camaraderie.
Yes. And being around camaraderie.
Camaraderie. Being a team player.
Yeah, team player. Seeing how you work with others.
Yeah.
Because, once you get out of high school, once you get out of college, you got to work with people.
And that's a whole nother level. Like,
yes.
When I was coaching the high school girls, and they would slack off, and I was like very stern on attendance, even though I'm tardy for my strength and conditioning.
Yep.
I would get like, I'm like, this is so annoying. Plus, at the time, I was in management for the car rental. So when I had employees come in late, I'm just like, mother sucker, like, I needed you this time. You were 30 minutes late, and like, yeah,
that's
bruh. Some people would.
I've only came that late to work one time.
Well,
traffic accident.
Some people I know they was out, or they would call out, and then we have to find coverage and etc. I mean, you wouldn't have to find coverage for sports, but when the girls would come in late, I'd be like, "Where were you?"
Yeah.
I was studying. I was like, "No, they were studying." I was like, "Do you think getting a job, your boss is gonna accept you for coming 30 minutes late just because you're lollygagging or whatever?"
Yep.
And they're like, "But I don't have a job." I was like, "I know."
Yeah.
how are you supposed to get a job if you don't even if
Yep.
you can't even attend to it?
And that's what sports teaches you.
Yeah.
Showing up on time, being accountable.
Hmm.
Because if you're not accountable, they're not gonna, put
Especially
you.
like on a team.
Yes, they're not gonna put you on the soccer field. They're not gonna put you on the court. They're not
Yeah.
gonna let you run if you're not accountable. You don't show up on time. You don't work
I
out.
would have kids to be like, their parents would be so upset because my mom was a head coach for track and field. Why isn't my daughter running? She didn't attend any of practice.
Yeah.
But she's on the team. She didn't practice.
Yep.
So it's
a privilege.
It's a privilege
to
participate.
Yeah.
And if you're not gonna participate, what makes you think I'm gonna have you participate in
an event?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So
that's like all the simple stuff. I think
life
sports,
skills.
Yes, everybody needs. I think that's something everybody needs to do. Sports, or just do whatever it is that you're truly passionate about.
It's hard though when you start off young.
Yeah, I think so. I think as a kid, if I had kids,
fun.
if I have kids, I wanna introduce it to them where they're having fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to like, hey, do this, play this sport, or do that.
I don't want to.
Then now there's resentment.
Like church.
Now just like church. Now there's resentment. I don't want to go to church. I don't want to play basketball. I don't want to do jujitsu. I'm gonna just be like, hey, you want to train, or you want to learn this or learn that?
Yeah.
And then once they start loving it, then you can push the pace.
Yeah.
Then you can crank them a little bit.
Do you want this? Okay,
yes.
I'm gonna help you.
Yep.
If you don't want this, I'm not gonna do.
Do you want to get here? Okay, we gotta go through this. I'm gonna go harder on you. I'm gonna, we're gonna test your emotions, all that stuff.
And I think like setting expectations too.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Maybe people in our past who were coaches, mentors, whatever, bosses, clear expectations. Ugh.
Yeah.
I can't emphasize that.
Yeah.
More. I'm working on it myself when I communicate with people, but I just wish when they set expectations, it's not like, wow, this is what I want. Their expectations is just so different.
Yes.
And then when you're not hitting it, they're not willing to accept.
Yep. And it's important to have that conversation of the expectations, because sometimes when you do stuff and you just do it, and you don't know what your coach is expecting, or you don't know what they want from you. Because
they're so like, oh, this is my way or the highway.
Yes.
That is such a shitty mentality.
Yep.
Sorry. But like
yes.
And I think I used to have that mentality when I was a team captain. The freshmen would piss me off because like I don't want to run laps. But then my coach would be like, you don't run laps? Too bad. Keep running until everybody starts doing laps.
Yep.
If no one's gonna do laps, then everybody else has to until that person participates. And I'll be so mad. I'm like, this little freaking freshman is not freaking running. And then, I was kind of mean. But I would be like, I'm like, you can't sit with us on the bus.
Yeah.
I was like, sit all the way in the front with the coach. Like, you can't sit by us.
Bro, and that's sports. Like, it teaches you how to deal with certain things, certain coworkers or teammates that
lead your team.
Yes. I think that's important.
So much responsibility.
Yes.
For like, what, a 15-year-old?
Yep. I think at the time when I was a captain in my senior year.
Oh, that's 16.
I wasn't. I was 16, 17. I was a late born. But
me and you are late born.
We're both in November, yeah. November. So I wasn't a good leader. I know I wasn't a good leader.
Just because you're older.
I dealt with things, I think, not in a wrong way, but I would say, in a certain way to certain people. I think I chose the way of motivating them wrong.
Like a fear factor?
Yeah.
Like a fear tactic, not factor.
A little bit. I think I try to motivate people in a certain way, kind of opposite of how they normally get motivated.
Yeah.
So, but I wasn't a good teammate, looking back. I try to always be one nowadays.
That's so funny, because when I first met you, I was like, wow, this is the sweetest boy ever. And then you told me about like your past in basketball, and I'm like, what?
Bruh, I was just like my coaches say, I was a brat. I was a prick. I wasn't a good teammate. I think part of it comes from, growing up watching Kobe Bryant so much.
Okay.
Not being the Filipino I am.
Okay.
I think his mentality, like, he was so hard on his teammates. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that to my teammates. But I think I did it out of the right
Intentions.
intention, but the way it
The
came out,
delivery was
the
just,
delivery was
but
wrong. I think so. I think I was a bad teammate, leadership wise, yeah. But I think if I could do it a little bit better, I think I would, try to be more open, just like how I say, be more open, see how people learn, see how people react certain ways, and maybe adjust to that
yeah.
as a leader. I think if I was put in that position again, I would do that better. Try to understand my teammates more rather than going at them the way I know. The it's my way or the highway.
Mhm.
Instead of that, I would try to go, okay, what's your highway?
Yeah.
Know your highway and then try
What
that.
helps you?
Yeah,
How can I help you help yourself?
yeah. I think I wish I knew that. That's a good question. I like how we went from there, from kids, and then to sports, and then. But that's a good one. I would say
I'm a rando
kids,
when it comes to train of thought.
make my kids play sport. Not make them, but have them try to play sports. If not, find what they're passionate about and get them to keep doing that.
Yeah. I think I'm very grateful for my parents for doing that to
Yeah.
me. Like, even my dad loves surfing,
Mm.
but the way he kind of approached it, I'm like, I don't want to do surfing. He's like, okay, guess surfing's not it then.
Yeah.
And then there was archery. I think I would do archery now. I'm capable of doing it since I don't have any long nails.
With the bow.
Mhm.
Oh, I pulled one of those things one time.
You can adjust the
The pounds.
the drawback.
One time
Mhm.
I did that, I was like, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this
You
thing's
gotta
hard.
go.
Yeah. Some of those things are hard to pull.
Yeah, I have. My dad bought my mom a purple one, but I'm gonna
Oh.
clean it. So,
Oh.
but
Oh, you go
yeah,
hunting, yeah? Oh.
I don't know. I gotta aim first.
Oh.
My
My leg!
aim.
My leg! Alana shot my leg. Alan, can you take me to the hospital?
No, my dad actually has like a few bales. Bale is the target.
Yeah.
At home.
Oh, that's cool.
So we
Can
he
practice.
shoots. Yeah, because my dad still does like archery tournaments in the
Yeah.
mainland.
That's cool.
Yeah, outdoor tournaments.
That's cool.
So, and then I don't know, everything that I thought was like old people sports,
Yeah.
like golf.
Golf.
But now like golf is like an in thing now.
I went to the range one time
I can only go to the driving range.
with my friends. Next day, my core.
Yeah, towards the rotation.
You're like this
Why
the whole
is
time.
sore? My ribs
And it was
hurt.
funny because it was only one side, yeah. So I was like, what the heck? Why is this
Yeah.
sore? And that's golf, the rotational power.
Yeah.
Me, I would hold it like a baseball bat.
Bro, Happy Gilmore style it.
Bruh, I would like chip so much grass, or sometimes I would hit the peg, not the ball, and the peg would just go flying, and the ball just drop.
Oh.
So
You didn't even hit the ball.
yeah, I would only use the driver. I would try to hit as far as I can.
I like the sound of the driver.
Yep, yep. You hear that and it just goes flat. That's me every time.
We should plan a driving range night or day with the team.
At nighttime.
Yeah.
Because if not, I'm gonna get
Was
dark.
is it on Maui? They have the glow in the dark one?
They do?
I saw something on social media. I don't know if it's on Oahu or if it's something.
I just know we have the ranges and the mini golf at Ma'alaya.
Yeah.
But
I can't putt to save my life.
Me neither.
I can hit like at the driving range.
Me neither.
Like I'll whack the shit out of that ball.
I would putt and I'd be like, wait, let me do it again. Let's do it again. Again.
That's where like all your scores like go
yep.
the
One.
points go up.
Two. Oh shoot, let me do it again. 3. Oh no.
That's where it catches you, then how you lose.
Yeah. That one. Golf is hard.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at it. But Claire,
I can drive.
We need your help, Claire. Teach us
No,
how to golf.
I asked her, I was like, can you take me golfing? She's like, no, you suck. Take me to the driving range then.
Bruh. Oh, she would smoke us. I wouldn't mind just being her the golf
The
person.
caddy?
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Boom.
Just have like your little drink.
And I gotta carry the bag. Oh, those things are probably
Those are heavy. Grab the one with the wheels.
One trap is gonna be heavy because you're like carrying it.
You have to alternate sides.
One trap is gonna be big. The other side is like this. Yeah.
11. So we can do part 2 if anything.
Yeah, we gotta do one.
Cause
maybe we could flip it. Me interview you.
We could. Then it'll be like my part 3 because I did it with Justin.
Yep.
But yeah, That was a lot. He asked so much like random questions. I'm like, I was not prepared for this.
Yeah, and Justin's so good at interviewing people, bruh. I was just on the phone with him last night for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I love his talks.
I love it. Good talks
I
too.
feel like energized and like I can
Like
conquer
you
the
want,
world.
and you want to go work out right after. I was
Yeah.
like, it was like 12 a.m. last night. I was like, okay, I gotta go train.
Tweaker.
Part of me was like, okay, I want to go to the gym and train right now.
I was like, oh, well, it's like what? Fitness crack or something?
Yes. It's a good crack.
A mind high.
Good, like fitness
It's a
is
mind
the
high.
good crack. Fitness, good for you. Yes.
He's very contagious.
Yes.
So in a good way.
Yes.
But it's 11. I have my chiropractor appointment.
Yes. Take care of your guys' body.
Yes.
But,
Health, wealth.
Thank you
fitness.
guys for coming.